If you're not familiar with XFL kickoffs, they look different.
First three-point conversion in the XFL.
25-second play clock.
Expect these teams to play fast and get a lot of reps.
Let's go. Under 2 minutes, the game clock stops for the first 5 seconds of the play clock runoff.
You can throw 2 forward passes in this league, and he does, just like they drew it up.
A shortened season's in the books, but the hype train around the XFL's new rules still got steam.
There's Austin Walter, 92 yards for the touchdown.
The kickoffs are awesome, which was cool to see because like us in the stands were freaking out. Why are you running left? Why are you running left? All of a sudden, like, go, 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 go. Everybody was losing it.
I thought the double forward pass rule, that was a dynamic change to the game.
Little trickeration by DC.
Unbelievable savvy. As long as that first pass is caught behind the line of scrimmage, you can throw it back down the field.
The 25-second clock and the speed of the game, I think that's something that has probably had the greatest impact on our team.
Touchdown!
Before we launched, we talked to over 6,000 fans. What do you want in our game? The answer was pretty simple. We want more action. We want more ball and less stall.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
Based on the data we've received, we've given the fans exactly what they want.
Right now, we're at about 6,000 fewer plays in the NFL, but we're around 2 hours and 50 minutes, which is a really great spot for us.
What are you looking at to make sure you can achieve that?
There are 13 factors. These are the 3 biggest ones. Incompletions, out of bounds, ball spawn official, fewer timeouts.
1 fewer, half, right?
And our comeback period.
Which is under 2 minutes.
Let's go, let's go, let's go! Let's go! Come on, come on!
In the NFL, almost 80% of the plays take place outside the numbers, inside the 2-minute warning.
They want to stop the clock.
Exactly. What we're doing is having any play in your playbook stop the clock. Now you can run the ball, you can pass the ball, you can pass over the middle. As an offense, your entire playbook is open.
So essentially, because you're stopping the clock, that's an opportunity after each play to have a little strategy session for the coaches.
It's a little more difficult to game manage because you have to take the time and the stoppage of play into consideration.
Home Falcon left, Red Bull nose alert.
Up, just come up!
You definitely need more plays to run the clock out, and if you are coming from behind in a 2-minute drill, you've got plenty of time.
That's the way to go, buddy. Good job.
Celebration's not the lone source of post-TD creativity this season. Goodbye, extra points. Hello, options.
It's 1 point from the 2, 2 points from the 5, 3 points if you can get in from the 10.
The 1-point conversion, we have now 39 attempts at a 41% conversion percentage, 45 attempts at the 2-point at a 40% conversion. 3-point, the most exciting. We've seen 13 total attempts. They're close to a 30% conversion.
How much of that is situational, though? Because touchdown range is no longer 7 points. It can be 9 points if you convert on a 3.
Right, and it has totally changed the mindset and really comes down to strategy.
Everyone's still trying to figure out what the right call is.
Going for 1 point, 2 points, or 3 points changes everything, you know, when you're trying to come back.
Oh, what a beauty! The conversion is good!
All of it is really exciting to watch.
Go, go, go!
Fans were also treated this season to an all-access pass to play calling.
Run the ball against that, okay? Go blue flip check again. Take care of the ball!
And they both ran climb.
To have that transparent window, that adds a whole other dynamic to watching.
I'm telling you that you picked up the flag and it's wrong.
You can talk in the booth all you want, but it's way better to have an actual coach say something.
Double right, F flow, Sunday, odd whiz, Y arc, Z stalker.
Sounds like science, but all right, glad to know football's more than just you run forward, you block.
One of the rules that I think was really well received amongst all levels of football is having the voice communication between coach to player in the helmets of not just the quarterback, but all of the skill players on offense and defense. It lessened communication problems, which I think was a great addition to the XFL.
What are the coaches saying to you about the fact that the fans can hear those conversations?
There was some pushback at the start, but they all know that we're in this for our fans and to give them more than what they might get other places.
Fuji right, 66 Chiefs chop.
From a scouting standpoint, our terminology now is known all over the league, but it's enabled us, obviously, to communicate much quicker because everybody's hearing the play through their systems.
Texas.
One facet of the XFL earning high marks all around.
If you're not familiar with XFL kickoffs, they look different. Kicker from the 30, return team lined up at the opposite 30. Can't move till the ball is fielded.
We want incentives to have our coaches and players make choices that are exciting to the fans. For the return team, if you let the ball roll into the end zone from in the field of play, it goes out to the 15. Their kicking team, if you let the ball go all the way into the end zone, they're getting the ball at 35.
That was the biggest part of just the kickers and punters understanding the penalties for kicking in the end zone, out of bounds.
We wanted 90% returns, which we are at 90.
What's the return percentage for NFL kickoffs and college kickoffs?
Less than 40% of those kickoffs are returned, and largely due to touchbacks.
We understand the purpose, right? We want to incentivize returns and we want to try to reduce concussions. You cite a really important college football study. While kickoffs only account for 6% of all plays, they account for 21% of concussions. That's a big number.
You know, we really want to drop the number of concussions. We have more plays, so we know there's going to be more action, more opportunity. But right now we've seen 0 concussions from kickoffs.
XFL rules are generating buzz beyond the league bubble.
I think there's a place for our kickoff rule in all levels of football. Player safety should be our #1 priority.
The rules made a cameo recently at the Citadel.
It's the first time in a spring game that I've ever done a kickoff and a kickoff return. And after watching a series of XFL games, I thought this is probably the safest way to do it.
And decision makers are chiming in.
My job on the rules committee for the NCAA. I like the 2-point adjustments, you know. Gosh, we need 3 points, so let's back it up and go for 3.
You mean you like the prospect of a 9-point touchdown ultimately?
I like having the option.
Sam Mobley doing the toe tap, and it's a 3-point play.
A friend of mine on an NFL coaching staff, he said, I kind of like the XFL kickoff rule. Like, I'm not going to tell my colleagues, but, you know, between you and me, I really like this rule. So with the NCAA on the rules committee side, I'm a part of those discussions. They are talking about the XFL within maybe a 5-year span. Could see on both the college side and the NFL side that play looking more similar to what the XFL is doing.
The XFL is no different than every other league and every other sport. There's the initial interest, but is it sustainable?
I'm pretty confident what we're doing from a rules standpoint. We have put together a process, building it with our fans and the majority of the football community. It's all for the love of football. We're able to listen and develop and adapt based on what they're saying. We know that moving forward, we'll keep looking at adjusting to always strive to be better while maintaining the heart of the game, which is 11-on-11, fun, hard-hitting football.